miles above Vicky.
No, it's not what it looks like. I was just starting the dishes. Ever since I moved out of my parents' house, my productivity has kind of gone downhill. And that might just be a consequence of growing up, but I think it has something to do with someone not being there always by your side to criticize everything you do. That might sound like a joke, but the only time I ever clean my apartment is when my mom comes to visit. That's because if I don't, she'll spend the entire time yelling at me, rather than just yelling at me for most of the time. So that gave me an idea. What if I built a robot that acts like my mom in order to help boost my productivity? So this is what I've come up with. So here's my mom, but like a robot. And then here's some trash, and then me ignoring it. And then based on this situation, she'll throw a sandal at me, and that will hopefully get me up from my chair and take out this trash. I started by trying to create a model in Fusion 360, but gave up because I couldn't figure out how joints work. So I just started building it instead. I'm using an office chair as the base for this robot because it has a bunch of options to adjust the orientation in case I need to change the height or angle later. It also has these wheels on the bottom, so I can easily move it around to other places depending on where I need it. Next, I'm creating a base out of wood. I originally wanted to use plywood, but I accidentally ordered medium density fiberboard instead. I soon came to learn that MDF is basically the wood equivalent of one of those Nature Valley granola bars, because it tastes completely awful. After measuring and cutting all the wood, I started putting it together. I put in the base, which has this servo motor attached to it. Then I assembled the main body and added a Lazy Susan with an attachment for the servo, which allows it to rotate the body. Unfortunately, the whole thing was struggling to hold up its own weight and was really unstable, so I had to add some supports near the base and cut off a piece so it wouldn't tip over. But with that out of the way, it was time to start adding some electronics. I'm using this battery and motor I took from an old drill. The battery is going to be at the base and provide power to the robot, while the motor fits into these 3D printed mounts and turns this shaft, which is connected to a sandal thrower I made through some trial and error. The motor receives instructions from this Arduino, which also controls the servo at the bottom. I'm also including this webcam to detect my face, which is plugged directly into my computer. I did a couple of tests just to see if everything was hooked up properly, and I was really scared, as I was watching battery explosion videos all day. But after a little troubleshooting, it seemed to work fine. Now that everything's been built, it's time to write some code. And I'm going to be doing this in real time because I want YouTube to categorize this video as educational, since it makes me more money. Alright, for the first step, we're going to open up Visual Studio. And we are done. How it works is it turns on my webcam and lines itself up with my face. Then it plays a pre-programmed greeting based on a phrase my mom always says when she sees me. After that, it waits for me to speak and then feeds that sentence into an instance of ChatGPT that's been given instructions on how to act. The AI provides an in-character response as well as a number from 1 to 10. If that number is less than 8, it will continue the conversation. Otherwise, it will start screaming and send a command to throw the sandal at me. So let's go ahead and test that. Okay, now we should wait until my face is in the center of the frame. There we go.
Hello son, long time no see. You've gotten pretty fat since I saw you last.
Hi Mom.
Why you no say hello properly? Do you even know how to greet your mother? I am so disappointed.
Now I'm going to test to see if it sends a command to throw the sandal by saying something that anybody would find horribly offensive. Mom, I'm not subscribed to NyuMilk on YouTube.
Why you not subscribe to NyuMilk? You know how important it is. You disappoint me so much. Can't he believe my son does not support good content? Why can't you be more like your cousin?
And there you go. Since the code works, all that's left to do is make this robot look like my mom. So I went to my local print shop and printed out this picture of her. This was incredibly embarrassing to pick up from the store. I then cut it out and glued it to some cardboard, and ended up with a 1-to-1 scale replica of my mom, which I attached to my robot after making some small adjustments. And with that, it was finally complete.
Hello son, long time no see. You've gotten pretty fat since I saw you last.
Hi Mom, how are you doing?
Why you not ask how I am doing? You so busy with games and friends, you forget your mother. I worry about you.
Mom, of course I love playing games. I'm gonna be a pro gamer.
What? Pro gamer? Oh my goodness. You not study. You not work. Stay home playing games all day. Pro gamer. Is that real job? No. Where is your ambition? What happened to doctor? Engineer?
Mom, I play an engineer in the game that I'm playing.
You play game. Why not study real engineer? You know my dream for you. Not just play.
Okay, Mom, you know what? You got it. I'm gonna go enroll in a college.
What you mean you got it? You think this is joke? You not even decide what you want. You always say this. You waste time. You know I want you to study hard.
Mom, guess what? I just got accepted into Harvard.
Oh my goodness. Harvard. Why you tell me like this? I am so proud, but why you no tell me earlier? Did you study hard? You must keep focus, no slack off.
Mom, I just dropped out of Harvard.
Why you do this? You have bright future. Harvard, very hard to get in, and you drop out. I am so disappointed in you. I thought I raised you to succeed, but now.
Jesus
Why
Christ.
can't you be more like your cousin?
And would you look at that? Immediately after the sandal was thrown, I started moving towards some plants that I haven't watered in 6 weeks. Also, if you look closely, I actually dodged the sandal purely off of instinct and experience. So here's a really low quality video of me getting hit. Hi Mom, I'm doing some testing. Can you throw the shoe at me, please?
Why you want me to throw shoe? You disrespectful. Very bad idea. Study hard, no time for games.
Jesus fucking.
Why can't you be more like your cousin?
Oh my god. So, did this make me more productive? I would say so.
Hey yeah, you didn't do shit. Your house still looks like landfill. You somehow even fatter than before, and still no girlfriend. I should call the hospital you were born at to see if you were swapped at birth, because there is no way my son could be such a failure.
Anyway, thanks for watching, even though you should probably be cleaning your room.